So, I have another book haul of books that I have gotten this month at least. So, the first book I'm going to talk about is a book that came out at the end of March, like March 31st, and it is Game On by Navessa Allen. I got the Indigo exclusive, so it comes with an exclusive chapter. And I ordered it online. It was $24.99 only because my Indigo had signed copies. So it is signed by Navessa Allen herself. I was just so fucking happy that my Indigo actually had copies that were actually signed, because those are very hard to come by these days. I have all of the other books in the series, but they're not signed, but it's okay. And then I found like this author through Facebook, like my newsfeed and everything, and I wanted to give her books a try. I have like the ebook copies, but I like to get physicals too. It is the first 3 books in the series. They are by Miranda Grant. This is the Shadow something book series. But this is the first book. It's called Madness Behind the Mask. And it has the black pages. Then you have Broken Souls. And then you have Tethered Souls. Can't pronounce it properly. But I got the first 3 books in the series. I have to get the other 2. It is like, they are banned, so you cannot get them on Amazon. They're banned from Amazon. They're very hard to come by. You either have to get them from either Barnes & Noble, Indigo online. They don't sell them in store because they're banned. Or you have to get them through her website, which she lives in the UK, so it's like pricier. But I was able to get them through Indigo. And then I was able to get, I have Madness, the hardcover by Chantal Tessier, coming in the mail. It's just Amazon's taking fucking forever for it. So I got Chaotic Part 1 and Chaotic Part 2. And I am just so happy that I have these in my possession, because Chaotic was like one of my favorite reads of this year so far. And I am just so glad that I have these books in my possession, because I love the hardcovers. I'm trying to collect like the paperbacks and the hardcovers like in each, because these are the discrete covers. That was on my table, that was loud. They have the discrete covers for hardcovers on Amazon. I really wish she had an option for the model covers for hardcover. That would be really nice if you got like the choice between either the discrete covers or the hardcovers. But these do have like the black pages, and she did basically like the reason why there's 2 books. So I'm gonna go into a little detail. So, Chantel knows there are probably like about 90% of the people in the group that want their books to like line up. So like these are the 6x9 books, I believe. And so in order for her to do them in the right sizing, she put out 2 different sizes. So she put out the one size that looks like a fucking textbook. It's like about this big or whatever. And it's fucking huge. And it is the full book. It is the full book. But in order for her to do the right sizing for Chaotic, this was only for Chaotic. So she did like the textbook sizing for like the whole book. For that isn't lined up, and that doesn't like if you, how to explain it? If you like get the series, all the books like match the same height. Except for like when she had the Dark Kingdom series, she had Code of Silence that did not match for years on end until like about, I believe it was like 1 or 2 months ago. She ended up releasing a new release of Code of Silence where it matched up with all the other books, because she was getting like basically a lot of people saying, well, why is it matching up or whatever. There are some people that do care and some people that don't care. I honestly kind of care, but at the end of the day, it's what she did for her readers. So this is part 1 and 2, basically, so they all match up correctly with the rest of the hardcovers. That way they aren't like the Code of Silence series where like the hardcovers don't match. So she did do them in 2 parts, that way they do match, because Chaotic was about over 800 pages. Same with Madness. Madness is over 800 pages too, but in order, I found out through actually Alexandria St. Pierre when I met her in November of last year at a book signing at a cafe. I was asking her if she'd ever do like hardcovers that aren't like exclusive, like say Twisted Fiction and other book sellers that like do like the pretty sprayed edges. She said she would never come out with hardcovers for her books, because apparently with Amazon, if your book is over like a certain amount of pages, say if it's over like say 800, 900 or 1,000 pages, they start doing something where like you can only have so many pages in a hardcover book. That's why not a lot of authors publish their books. Like if they do like say over 800 pages, which is what Madness and Chaotic is, and it is very hard to make a hardcover book in order for everything to fit all in one book, because you only can fit so much in a hardcover book. That's why not a lot of authors do hardcover books. They do only like the paperbacks for books. So I found that actually very interesting, because I'm just like, oh, that's probably why a lot of authors don't do hardcovers for their books, is because, it takes a lot of time and everything. Also too, for Chantel's books, I noticed for the hardcovers, they are not shipped through, like, you don't get them through Prime. Like, you don't get them within, like, 1 or 2 days or whatever. You have to wait about, say, I ordered these, a few days ago, and they arrived today. So, they arrived in 2 different boxes, which was really nice. But it's just like, if it's 2 different, should have just put them in one. But as I was saying, like, it does take up a lot of like room to make a hardcover book, and it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of processing. So for Chantel to do this was really awesome. I do have I am ordering soon what's that company called? I'm ordering Hellcat and Death Trap by Alexandria St. Pierre by the it starts with an N. Nocturnal books. Like, Alex had one for for subscribers that are subscribed to the actual book, what's it called, the book, if you're subscribed to the book thing where you actually get the subscription for the books every month, you got Death Trap, and I had to wait so long in order to get Death Trap. So those go up on their website. They're doing a bundle where you can do just Hellcat and I think just Death Trap. But they're also doing a bundle. It is $115 USD plus shipping. So it'll probably be about $75 to $80 in Canadian for the 2 books. So it'll be well worth it. All my Alexandria St. Pierre books are signed, except for Neurovance, which is going to be really hard for me to get that one signed, just because she does a lot of book signings, but right now they're all in the U.S., and I can't travel to the U.S. due to me not having my passport and everything. But she has exclusives for some of her signings, but it's going to be really hard to get those because they're all for the U.S. But this has been my book haul. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. But yeah, that's my book haul. I had 6 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I had 6 books. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.